What's the most badass thing your mom has ever done? My mom caught our neighbor stealing from our vegetable garden but didn't say a word to anyone about it for months. This started happening right after we moved to our new house with this amazing backyard. Mom spent all spring planting tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and these special strawberries she ordered online. She was so proud of that garden. Then things started disappearing. First it was just a few tomatoes. Then entire plants were getting damaged. Mom kept saying maybe it was animals, but our yard had a tall fence. We even set up a bird feeder thinking birds might leave the garden alone if they had other food. One morning, Mom found footprints in the soft soil and knew it had to be human. That's when she started watching more closely. Turns out it was Mrs. Peterson from next door. She'd wait until we left for school, then hop our fence with a little basket, help herself to whatever looked good, and be gone in minutes. Mom started keeping a notebook. Dates, times, what got stolen. She even took pictures through the kitchen window. Dad thought she was being ridiculous, but Mom had this look in her eye I'd never seen before. She was plotting something. Instead of confronting Mrs. Peterson, Mom started planting extras. She'd spend hours in the garden each weekend smiling to herself. Just getting ready for the harvest, she'd say whenever we asked what she was doing. What we didn't know was that Mom had ordered special seeds online. Not just regular vegetables, but these crazy hot ghost peppers that look exactly like sweet bell peppers when they're growing. She planted them right along the fence where Mrs. Peterson usually reached in. Mom also started leaving little baskets of vegetables by our back gate with a sign that said free garden extras for anyone who wanted some. Neighbors would stop by and take a few tomatoes or cucumbers, thanking Mom when they saw her. But Mrs. Peterson never took from those baskets. She only wanted what wasn't being offered. 3 weeks into Mom's plan, we were eating breakfast when we heard this blood-curdling scream from next door. Mrs. Peterson was in her backyard, running in circles with her mouth hanging open, frantically gulping milk straight from the carton. Mom just sipped her coffee with this little smile. "Sounds like someone picked the wrong pepper," she said quietly. But that wasn't even the main part of her plan. Mom had been documenting everything and building a case. She'd set up a small camera in our garden shed weeks ago, capturing Mrs. Peterson's daily theft on video. That afternoon, Mom strolled over to Mrs. Peterson's house with a USB drive and her notebook. She knocked politely and waited. Mrs. Peterson answered with puffy red eyes and swollen lips from the pepper incident. When she saw Mom, she tried to shut the door, but Mom just held out a small jar. "I brought you some milk-based yogurt," Mom said sweetly. "It helps with capsaicin burns better than plain milk. Also, I'd like to discuss these videos of you stealing from our garden for the past 3 months. Mrs. Peterson's face went from red to ghost white in seconds. She started stammering excuses about just borrowing a few vegetables. Mom smiled and explained very calmly that technically it was trespassing and theft, both things the Neighborhood Watch program, which Mrs. Peterson ran, was supposedly fighting against. Instead of calling the police, Mom made her a deal. Mrs. Peterson would step down as head of the Neighborhood Watch and help start a community garden at the local elementary school. She'd donate all supplies and volunteer there twice weekly for the next year. Mrs. Peterson agreed immediately. The community garden is thriving now, feeding families who can't afford fresh produce. Mom still drops off seedlings there every spring, including a special labeled section of ghost peppers with very clear warning signs.